Alright, so the camera just told me I was busy. I know I'm busy. He's supposed to be recording. Alright, okay, I guess it's good now. Alright, man, what's good with y'all, bro? This is episode 30 of the big podcast. God damn, I didn't even know this was a milestone, but yeah. Hold on, is it episode 30? It might be either episode 29 or 30. I don't know, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? But this is another episode of the big podcast. I'm your host, he. We got a couple of announcements before we get into the shits, man. Firstly, I do want to thank y'all people that, don't live in America that's listening to the podcast. I want to thank everybody that's listening to the podcast. If you here in America, you know what I'm saying? If I know you, if I don't know you, I really appreciate y'all listening to me. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, being consistent no matter how much it is, how much like people is listening to me. I thank God that it's somebody that's listening to what I'm saying. I'm not talking to myself. Because sometimes I feel like sometimes it feel like I do. Fam, if you're new to the podcast, you know what I'm saying? We got audio and video, so you can listen to me like you are right now on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, shit like Stitcher, and a couple of other podcast apps that maybe you know about, but I don't. And yes, I do have that handy dandy pink pen still, nigga. Yes. So boom. Another announcement I got is we just launched merch. And when I say we, I mean me, because this is my shit. But yeah, I just launched some merch through Teespring. The links is going to be in the subscription. Not the subscription, the description. Y'all, I'm tired. But the links is going to be in the description, bro. So if you want to, you know what I'm saying, cop a t-shirt, it's going to be in the description. If you want to go to teespring.com, the store is called The Big Store. The word the, capital B, period, lowercase I, period, capital G, store. So if you want to go to Teespring that way, you can as well. But the link's going to be in the description for both visual and audio, so make it a little bit easier for y'all. And also, if you go into it right now, like, because I'm probably going to put this out right after I record it and edit it and all that shit, it's going to be a little bit more. So you may want to keep up on it, keep abreast. And like I said in the announcement, because I did give y'all an announcement. I give you an announcement on video, but I did give an announcement on audio. Nigga, if you complain about the prices, complain to Teespring, because nigga, I made them prices as low as possible. I'm making pennies off of this shit. All that money that you spending is going to be going to Teespring, but I just want my shit to get out there. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not pressuring y'all to buy the shit, because like I said, I'm not making money off of it, because you know how Teespring works. You feel what I'm saying? They got to get their bread too. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just for promotion, for real, just to get it out there and get people to know. When we get this shit together, you know what I'm saying, you'll see me wearing only big podcast merch, but that's a little bit along the lines, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's it for the announcements, bruh. This episode, I do want to let y'all know I'm trying to do a little bit different, because I want to make sure that I'm keeping people's attention throughout the whole podcast. I don't want to go through every album song by song. I'm going to try to pick out, from now on, I'm going to try to pick out, you know what I'm saying, songs that I actually like and that, that I, really want to get into. A lot of music dropped this week. I'm only going over 3 projects because I was only able to listen to 3 projects in depth. You know what I'm saying? There are a couple more projects that are out there. Like, actually, when I was setting this shit up, I seen another project that I didn't even know was out. So, we're going to get into the music, but we got a couple of things to talk about first. First thing I want to talk about, because I'm tired of seeing this shit, is the motherfucking coronavirus. The coronavirus, yes. Now, I'm going to keep it 100 with you, bro. I have not been keeping up with that shit. I don't know what that shit is. I know that there's 7 ways, it's not just one virus. It's comprised of several different viruses and there's several different side effects or some shit like that. But what I do want to say, because I'm not going to keep you long, because I don't know when my camera's going to die, because I know I've been riding out with these batteries for a minute. It's late at night, so niggas ain't going to no store to get no new batteries. So I'm trying to keep this I'm trying to keep this concise. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm tired and I got other stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? I got videos to edit. I got merch to make, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really get this shit going. So if you see me, I know I look horrible. And did not get a lot of sleep. But first thing we're gonna talk about, that coronavirus. I already said that. But the coronavirus. This is what I want to say about it. I'm not saying that this shit not real. I'm not saying that this shit ain't killing nobody. I just don't believe that this shit is as bad as they making it seem. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Because guess what? They did this shit with Ebola. They did this shit with the West Nile virus, or was it H1N1 / swine flu? I think the West Nile virus is something totally different, but you know what I'm saying? Scratch that out. So this is just crazy. I'm not. If you've listened before, if you've watched before, you know me, man. I don't really sway with public opinion and shit like that. Like, it's you just not been, just because you telling me some shit on the news don't necessarily mean I'm gonna fucking agree with it. And I feel like it's a form of fear mongering, propaganda type shit. I feel like, yeah, there's probably people that is being affected by it, but like the way that they, it reached this country. It has reached this state now. It has reached this state now. I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's that deep. That's basically what I'm saying. I don't think it's that deep. I just hate how people like. I just hate how people like. This is the same media that depict us as super predators. This is the same media that uses outrage marketing to sell things to us or to other people by our outrage, with our outrage. This is the same media that told, like, it's the same media that does what they do every day. Period, point blank, man. I'm not just gonna believe everything that I'm just not gonna believe something's crazy happened on the camera. I'm just not gonna believe everything that they say just as gospel without any facts or any proof or any research for myself. And sorry, I ain't done no research because I just ain't buying it. I'm just not buying it. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much what I gotta say about coronavirus, because that's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no doctor and I ain't did no research, but I just have an inkling that it's something deeper, darker that they trying to get to with trying to make us scared from having this coronavirus. And y'all motherfuckers should be washing y'all hands and doing all that sanitary stuff, even just with normal shit. Y'all niggas is nasty. People are fucking nasty, and that's why y'all motherfuckers is getting this disease. That's why the motherfuckers that done got that coronavirus, that's why y'all getting that disease, because you're nasty. You're nasty. You don't be washing your hands when you wipe your ass. You fucking nasty. But moving on. I'm just playing. Moving on. This has been a big thing in the media. I actually spoke about it on my YouTube channel. If you're watching it right now, sorry, we gotta, we gotta speak about it on a music commentary podcast, because this is a music commentary podcast. So boom, I'm gonna try to say it in chronological order. So boom, Meg Thee Stallion puts out a Instagram live, basically saying that her label is holding her back from releasing music because she approached the label and tried to reconstruct the terms of her contract. And once that happened, she advised that everything went to shit. Now, she made it clear to say that everything that she's done has been by her own merit. She was Meg Thee Stallion before she got to the label, and she'll be Meg Thee Stallion after. I don't know if she said the after part, but you know. And she basically tried to make it seem like, you know, her label head of 1501 Entertainment, Carl Crawford, former baseball player. I'm not a baseball fan, so I don't know who he played for. I really don't know much about him. I know his face though. Said that he's using his relationship with James Prince, J Prince, you know, Rap-A-Lot Records, to strong arm his way through things. She claimed that his crew actually threatened one of the producers or something like that. Now, I as you can see in my videos, I made a video saying, you know, Meg, Carl Crawford, Meg not playing with you, and I also made a video that's saying that Meg got us. I think that it's a mixture of both at this moment. I feel like, you know, maybe Meg didn't know what was going on in the contract because at the time, you know, she had her mother around and there were other people that were like facilitating the signing of the contract. That's not an excuse though. You should know what's going on in your contract. You should put yourself in a position to where if you don't know what's going on in if you can't like figure it out by yourself, you have someone there, i.e. a lawyer or someone with that type of experience that knows what's going on in the contract. Or you could be independent because, hey, like you said in that Instagram live video, you said that they did nothing for you. You said all of the places that you were in and all of the placements that you had, you made the XXL freshman list. You said you did that by your own merit. I don't believe that to be true, but if it is true, why do you need a label at all? You know what I'm saying? She was, you know, saying, oh, she put emphasis on it being an independent label. So again, it's kind of confusing to why you made it a point to say, oh, I do everything on my own. If it's an independent label, i.e. production company, I would think that they just do things to help put out your music. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not like a music executive, and I'm not gonna try to act like I am, like y'all did on the internet, and y'all still are doing. When y'all don't know the terms of y'all Twitter account or Instagram, y'all know that that's not y'all fucking content that y'all put on there. But that's besides the fact. Your boy Carl Crawford, he responded in a Billboard interview, and when I read the Billboard interview, I kind of realized, okay, what he was saying is a little bit more logical. Now, hopefully, because you know that she's suing the label, hopefully him doing that interview don't get him in trouble. I'm rooting for Meg. I'm definitely rooting for Meg, but I really don't like when people try to control the narrative vis-a-vis social media. I don't like that. It's just, I know this era that we live in is not real. It's not real. It's smoke and mirrors. As you know what I'm saying? People create whole personas to get hot. You know what I'm saying? I understand it, but I still don't like the deceptiveness. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan that is just going to believe everything that you say. I'm not going to sit here and say it. I know everything because, again, I'm not in the music industry. But I just didn't like the fact that, you know, she tried to make it seem like they were just doing everything wrong. And that's what the artists do. And, I mean, I guess it's cool that they have that power. But to use it in that way, in most cases, I think it's kind of unnecessary. Um, and I mean, I couldn't tell you, bro, because even I guess you can say I'm independent. Like I'm like literally independent. Like I do everything for the podcast myself. It's tough. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. Even though this is very very basic. You know what I'm saying? If you was to look at someone else that does a podcast himself, actually, I don't know anybody who else does. I don't know anybody else that does a podcast themselves because it's hard. You may be the only person on the camera, but you know there's somebody recording you, somebody making sure the levels are right and all of that. But thanks to Anchor, you know what I'm saying, I don't have to do all of that because it sounds like really well just recording on your phone, and that's cool. So it kind of makes it easier, but like, bro, it's hard, especially being consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? Dropping good shit every week. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you can just get up in front of a camera and just say anything. Even though y'all might think that I'm just getting up in the camera and saying anything, like, you gotta listen, especially if you're doing musical shit. You gotta listen to the projects more than once. Sometimes you may want to listen to it like reading through Rap Genius so you can catch things that you may not have caught. You also might want to look at a couple interviews, and there's other music. I mean, there's other news that I talk about as well. So I have to read through that, reading articles. I like to kind of know what I'm talking about when I get on here because some of y'all take people's words that get on the camera as law. So I want to be as accurate as possible for y'all niggas that think regular motherfuckers like you know everything in our God. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of want to be a little responsible with your platform because, I mean, it's still a job. Even though people make it look easy, and yeah, it looks fun to, like, say somebody's a podcaster and they make mad money. Yeah, that probably seems fun. I'm sure it's a lot of work. It's way deeper than what it seems. So, with that whole Meg Thee Stallion situation, I just wish it wouldn't have never came out. For real. I wish it would have never came out. But, you know, the game is the game. Social media, it's what these artists nowadays build their career off of. So why not? Why not use it? You know what I'm saying? I'm faulting her for using it, but then at the same time, if I was in that position, maybe I would do that. But again, though, if the contract says that you are obligated to drop 4 albums, and you've admittedly said that you still ain't dropped the album yet, I think that's kind of wrong to think that you could just up and leave. Because like I said in my previous video that I said about this, you did sign this. And in America, that binds an agreement. Your signature, that is an agreement. You are binding to whatever that contract says. It's your job to not put yourself in that situation and bind yourself to a shitty ass contract. That's your job. But you know, some artists don't think like that. And some people are saying, and I kind of think this as well, that Roc Nation is using these disgruntled artists to kind of build their way up in the industry as one of those big wigs in the music industry. I think it's smart, but at the same time, it's a casual, you know, people like Carl Crawford and his label, you know, they become casualties of war. And I don't think that's fair either. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a two-edged sword. We're not going to know the whole story. The lawsuit's still going on. I know Meg Thee Stallion, I think she's dropping about like 9 songs this Friday. So still, you're still not dropping the album. Come on, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Another thing before we get off of this, she's, you know, like I said, bro, you not knowing what the contract said when you signed it, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse, okay? It's your job to know that. One more gossipy thing before we get into the music. Nicki Minaj's husband was arrested because he failed to register as a sex offender in the state of California. If I'm not mistaken, I just read this article before I started recording. Fam, that is a grossly irresponsible thing to do. Number one, you have let's just say it, probably one of the most polarizing female rappers ever. Probably the most selling female artist ever. And you forget to do that. Y'all wasn't y'all like in Dubai or some shit? Like, how you forget to do that? Like, that's just extremely irresponsible. And in the article that I read, it said that he was like pulled over as well, and like he was pulled over in between the time where they moved over there to LA and still didn't go register. What you thought was gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Nicki got the money to cover that, lawyer fees and all that. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, I'm guessing. But that shit was stupid. That shit was stupid. So, I didn't say it at the beginning of the episode because I said this the last 3 episodes and both episodes wasn't short. But, I mean, when you really think about it, if you really been rocking with me like the whole time, ever since I started video recording, my episodes have been short because before then I was doing like at the shortest hour and 45 minutes. I remember, and that's probably one of my favorite episodes where I did a 4-hour episode. But I mean, it's kind of hard to do that when you're like sitting in front of the camera, like I cannot sit in front of the camera like straight up and just talk for 4 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can edit it and cut it and all that, but that takes a lot of time. And as well, people have like short attention spans, so I kind of want to keep it compact. You know what I'm saying? Maybe once I get a better camera, I could, start lengthening it up a little bit more. But at the same time, like, as long as it's just me, it's probably going to be about an hour or less because, like, I just don't want to become redundant, like, during that sit down of one episode. I'm still, I'm not actively looking for hosts, like, at this moment, but I do hope to get a host in the future as the podcast progresses. You know what I mean? So, we're going to get into this music. We got 3 albums, and I'm super happy about this album. I think my camera's gonna go dead,